In this video I tech a lot about how to set up an automatic backup routine on a Windows-based computer. There are plenty of cloud-based data storage systems available like Google Drive, Dropbox and Microsoft's OneDrive, just to name a few. I have found that it is sometimes easier to back up certain files locally. I have also found that it is really easy to forget to back up my files, and we all know that sinking feeling when a backup could have come in very handy. Today I want to show you how to automate a backup system using an external hard drive in a Windows-based computer. To get this project started, I first must take care of a little file management on my computer. I use Windows File Manager to create a folder on my external hard drive where my backed up files will be placed. This is my target directory for my backups. I also create a folder on my computer that will contain a backup log, created by the process I will show you, in a batch file that will tell my computer what files I want to backup. To create my batch file, I open any text editor. For this video I'll be using Notepad++. Check out our link in the description below to learn more about this free code editor. In this file I paste the command that begins with robocopy. Robocopy is a command line utility built into Microsoft Windows operating systems. The name is short for robust file copy, and boy, is this command robust. Robocopy is used for advanced file and directory copying operations with powerful features, especially suited for backup, synchronization, and migration tasks. There's a lot going on with this command that I pasted in Notepad++. Let me break down what all this means. The word robocopy tells my computer that I want to run this robust file copy command. Next, I have identified the directory path of where I want robocopy to look on my computer for the files I want backed up. If I want different folders to be backed up, all I need to do is create multiple robocopy commands that identify the various source folders. For this example, I will only back up the single folder shown in my batch file. The next item in my command is the path identifying the target directory where I want my files to be backed up to. For me, Drive E is an external storage device I have attached to my computer. One word of caution: if I were to add other external storage devices to my system, the drive letter for my target destination could change, making the batch file inoperable. I will need to periodically check my batch file and external source to make sure the instructions in my file are correct and up to date. After the target folder is identified, I let robocopy know some specific commands it is to implement when completing my backup. The first command tells robocopy to copy all subdirectories found in the path, including directories that might be empty. The next command is short for mirror. It is used to make the destination directory an exact mirror of the source directory. It copies files and subdirectories, removes files in the destination that no longer exist in the source, and keeps the destination directory in sync with the source. This option stands for no progress. This command tells robocopy to suppress the display of file copy progress percentages in the command prompt. If I wanted to see the progress status, I would eliminate this command. The next option will help robocopy complete the log files I want created when it does my backup. This option is especially useful for larger copying tasks where I might want to keep track of what's happening in real time while still having a record of the entire process for future reference. This next option specifies the number of threads to use for multi-threaded copying. In this case, it's set to 32 threads, which can significantly speed up the copying process on systems with multiple processors or cores. The final command tells robocopy that I want a backup log file created when my files are backed up. This command specifies the destination folder for those logs. A new log will be created every time robocopy is run. The log will list all the files that were transferred to the destination folder along with other information about the process. With this command pasted in my text file, I save the file as backup.bat in the folder where my logs will be stored. Now it's time to create the scheduling component of my automatic backup system. To schedule my backups, I will be using a Windows tool called Task Scheduler. To open this process, search for Task Scheduler on your computer. Click on the Task Scheduler app and the Create Task dialog opens. On the left side of the screen I tap on the Task Scheduler library item. On the right side under Actions I tap on the Create Task option. I will need to visit all the tabs at the top of this screen before I tap OK and enter the security credentials for my computer. In the General tab, I add a name for this task. Once named, I check the radio button shown. This gives robocopy the highest level access to my system when backing up files. Next, I open the Triggers tab. I tap the New button to create a new trigger sequence. In the screen that opens, I identify the frequency and time robocopy is to perform the backup process. I chose to back up my files every day in the morning. If this becomes an issue, I can always return to the task scheduler and change the time of day and frequency of the backup anytime I want. When the trigger is properly set, I tap the OK button. I then open the Actions tab. Here's where I tell the task scheduler what I want done. I browse to the folder where I created the batch file earlier and choose this as my action for this event. When complete, I tap OK. Next, I tap on the Conditions tab. I check the boxes shown. This enables my computer to be ready for the backup process even if it has gone into a power savings mode. Lastly, I open the Settings tab and verify that the boxes shown are checked. Now I can press the OK button. When I do, the Credentials window opens. I have my computer logging in using a Microsoft account, so I use my Microsoft password. If I had set my computer to log in a password stored locally, I would have used that password instead. I verify that the task history is enabled by checking the actions items on the right side of the screen. Once enabled, I'm ready to test my scheduled task. Instead of waiting until the time I selected for my backup, I can run a quick test by highlighting my task and pressing the Run option on the right side of the screen. If everything was set up properly, under Status I will see the word Running. To verify that the process worked, I go to the folder where I told Robocopy to post a log file, and sure enough, there it is. When I open the log file, I see all the particulars about what Robocopy backed up for me. I then open my external hard drive to see if the files actually were backed up. I navigate to the backup folder and verify that all the files were backed up to my drive. That's all there is to it. Now my computer will automatically back up all files I have on my desktop to my external source. Give this process a try for yourself and see how easy it is to protect your work by automatically creating backup routines that best fit your schedule. Thanks for watching this episode of iTechalot. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future releases. Be sure to check out our webpage and YouTube channel for more useful videos where I tech a lot about topics that might help you with projects you are working on.